Teddy bears and little friends. First, it's time for the Chartreuse Crown adventure. This is a story about little boys who are brothers named Dylan and Jake. One night, they went to sleep in their beds, but they got ready to. Mommy came in to say goodnight to them, and then Daddy came in. He had something special with him tonight. Chartreuse crowns, one for each boy. Keep these tonight, and tomorrow I'll show you how to use them to draw many beautiful pictures, said Daddy. Then he went away. But Dylan and Jake didn't want to go to sleep. They jumped out of their beds and waved their chartreuse crowns in the air, and an airplane appeared, a wonderful two-propeller airplane. They both hopped in right away. They left Teddy Bear and little Doggy behind on their beds as they started up the airplane and flew right toward their window. Out the window they began to fly, higher and higher, right out the window and into the clouds of the sky. Oh, this was exciting, thought Dylan and Jake. What wonderful chartreuse crown our Daddy gave us. What a magic thing. They liked flying up in the sky. The clouds were beautiful and the air was clean and cool. Airplanes were one of their favorite things. But where are we going? Asked Jake. Well, said Dylan, there's the earth below. Maybe we can land somewhere. Let's look down toward the earth. This thing is hard to steer. You have to lean way over one way to make it steer. I'm leaning over to the right, and we're going to the right. Do you see that pond down there? Yes, said Jake. Let's try to go down to that pond. Maybe we can pick water lilies and give them to our grandmother for a birthday present. She's almost 90 years old. Let's try to go down and pick those water lilies. Down, down, down they went, and right before they crashed, they jumped out of their airplane and right into the water lily pond. Splash they went, and up they popped with water lilies on their heads. Let's get out of this water, said Dylan. Yeah, said Jake, I'm all wet. So they got out and started running through the woods, trying to find their Nanny's house. Let's give her these wonderful flowers for her birthday, they sang together. Happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday, dear Nanny, happy birthday to you. Here's Nanny's house. Nanny, Nanny, look what we got for you. Beautiful water lilies. Oh, thank you, boys, said their Nanny. How thoughtful of you. But what are you doing up in the middle of the night? Doesn't your mommy worry about you? Oh, we'll get back quick, said Dylan and Jake. And so they turned around and went toward home. But they had forgotten to bring their chartreuse crowns, so they couldn't make another airplane. They went by a pond and they went by a big scraper machine and through another pond that they had to splash through to get to the other side. Where's our house? Oh, I think I see it up ahead, said Dylan. That's not it, said Jake. That's a different building. No, it's coming, I promise, said Dylan. There's our house. They saw their house with the blue curtain in the window. They knew it was the right one. They pushed up the window and climbed in. First Dylan and then Jake. And they remembered to put the window down. They ran up to their beds and climbed in and went to sleep with Teddy Bear and Little Dog as the moon came up and said, "Good night, boys." That's the end of the Chartreuse Crown adventure. But wait, soon we will have another adventure. Snowflake, Snowflake, take us to a new story. Here's a new story. It's the story of Teddy Bear and Polly Parrot. What will happen in this story? Well, once upon a time, Teddy Bear wanted to go out and see that big scraper. He brought his friend Polly Parrot along, and he asked Dylan and Jake to come along too. "Follow me," he said. And all three followed Teddy Bear to the big scraper out in the field. Polly Parrot waddled along, and Jake came crawling along. Then he stood up, and Dylan came along after him. They all tried to climb on the big scraper, but it wasn't easy. It was made for bigger people than they were. But they worked hard at it and found places to put their feet so they could climb on. Do you think we'll be able to start this up? Teddy Bear thought so. He was sure that Dylan and Jake could drive this thing. Polly Parrot wasn't so sure, though. She was very nervous. She paced back and forth, but Dylan got it started, and soon they were rolling along in the big, big scraper. "Where are we going?" said Polly Parrot. "Where are we going? Where are we going?" "Don't worry," said Teddy Bear. "We're not going very far. Look, Dylan is beginning to scrape something up. I think he's beginning to make a giant pile of dirt." "Oh boy," said Polly Parrot. "I love giant piles of dirt. I'm really a Patagonian conure, and when I was living in Patagonia, I used to dig caves in giant piles of dirt." "Wow," said Teddy Bear. "Maybe you can dig us a cave in this giant pile of dirt. How big are you going to make it, Dylan?" Dylan wanted it to be very, very tall. It was fun driving this scraper. "Now what?" said Jake. "You think we could jump out and play on that dirt? Maybe Polly Parrot will dig us a cave." So they all jumped out. Dylan threw Teddy Bear out, who tumbled down the hill of dirt. Dylan tried to stay on his feet as he went down, and so did Polly Parrot. Jake was the last one to jump out of the scraper and onto the big, big mountain of dirt. But they were soon tumbling down, and Polly Parrot said, "Yes, I think this is the kind of dirt I'd like to dig a cave in with my very sharp beak. You just watch. I'll get one started in a minute." And soon she was busy at work, pecking away, scraping away the dirt to make a tunnel into the deep center of it. Everyone else followed Polly Parrot into the center of the hill of dirt. "Now what are we going to do in here?" "Let me get in the middle," said Teddy Bear. "Okay, there you are. Now what shall we do?" "I'm hungry," said Polly Parrot. "I did a lot of work digging this cave." "Well," said Dylan, "what can we do about that?" Jake said, "Didn't you bring your magic Chartreuse crayon with you, Dylan?" And Dylan said, "Yes, I did. Let me wave it and make a nice plate of cookies appear. Oh, goody. Everyone take a cookie. Here, one for you, Polly, one for you, Teddy, one for you, Jake, and one for Dylan." Everybody ate their cookie, and Polly was so hungry she grabbed the last one. "Now what? Why don't you tell a story, Polly Parrot?" said Dylan. "Okay," said Polly Parrot. "In Polly Parrot land in Patagonia, all my friends come and they all sing together. They sing silly songs, but we like each other. We sing, 'Hello, hello, goodbye, goodbye, wake up, brush your teeth, go to sleep, wake up, hello, goodbye, wake up, brush your teeth, go to sleep, wake up, brush your teeth, goodbye, hello, we're hungry, give us a cracker, give us a cookie.'" "Oh, that's a silly and boring story," said Dylan. "How about you, Teddy Bear? Can you tell us a better story than that?" "Oh, all right," said Teddy Bear. "Why don't you come with me to Teddy Bear Land?" So they all did. And there were so many teddy bears in Teddy Bear Land. And what happened? but they started to sing. We sing our song to welcome you to Teddy Bear Land, where nothing ever happens and life is very bland. For all we do is sing our Teddy welcome song all day. Bouncing on our giant bed's the only game we play. So having you to visit us is quite a special thing. We hope that you can hang around and help us bounce and sing. And maybe you will help us think of something new to do. For our brains are very tiny and our thoughts are very few. Yes, our brains are very tiny and our thoughts are very few. Please stay right here and help us think of something new to do. Our song is almost over and we see you're going to sleep. Are we so very boring that we cannot even keep you wide awake enough so you could teach us one new thing? We thought you'd know a brand new game or brand new words to sing. We'll have to try to wake you with the last part of our song. We'll jump around both up and down to carry you along, to send you on your merry way from Teddy Land, where nothing ever happens 'cause life is very bland. Well, Dylan and Jake bounced right back into the real land of their cave. And there they were, all four together again. Well, that was an interesting song, said Dylan and Jake, but I think we've been gone too long. Maybe we should get back to our house. So they crawled out of the cave backwards and went back to their house. There's the blue curtain again. Come on, Teddy, you've got to get in here first. I'll throw you in after I push up the window. And Dylan and Jake once again crawled in, and Polly Parrot went off to try to return to Patagonia, while Dylan and Jake ran upstairs and got into bed just in time before Mommy came in the door to say goodnight to them. Hello, boys. Have you been doing anything interesting? I heard some funny noises. No, we've just been here waiting for you to say goodnight. She kissed Dylan and blew a kiss to Jake and said goodnight to her boys, and they finally went to sleep. That's the end of the Teddy Bear and Parrot story. Snowflake, Snowflake, what is next? Story number 3. Coming right up. It's the story of Teddy Bear and Little Dog Go Into the Woods. Another night, when Dylan and Jake had gone fast asleep, Teddy Bear and Little Dog wanted to have an adventure all of their own. They jumped out another window that they could reach and started walking into the woods. Deep, deep into the woods they went. They found many trees, and soon they were so far into the woods they were quite lost. They came to a big pond. Doggy and Teddy Bear almost fell in as they were jumping along, but then a log came along, and they jumped onto the log, and the log floated out into the water. What a fun boat ride this is! But then they fell off the log right into the water with giant splashes. And Teddy Bear swam backwards and Doggy swam forwards, and then they ran through the woods again, and Teddy Bear was a little bit worried. Where are you, Doggy? Oh, there he is. Good. Doggy licked Teddy Bear to try to make him feel better. Now what shall we do? Ooh, there's a hollow tree. Let's go down inside. Oh, this is exciting. Look at the roots of that tree. Here comes, who is this? Hello, I'm Mrs. Groundhog. Are you visiting me tonight? Yes, said Teddy Bear and Little Dog. Well, come on in and let me show you my family. She took them deep, deep into her cave under the tree with the roots, and there were her children, 4 little groundhog babies. Come, children, it's time to eat, said Mrs. Groundhog. She rolled over so they could see her little nipples, and they went to suck their milk, the little groundhog milk for little groundhogs. But Teddy Bear and Little Dog wanted some too. They were hungry. They're always hungry. And soon they ate so much that they grew enormous. So enormous, in fact, they couldn't get out of the cave anymore. They looked out and saw a giant woodpecker flying by, and Teddy Bear waved and cried for help. Help, help, help us get out of here. Quack, 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 said the woodpecker. He was busy flying around, looking for a good tree to peck at. Oh, all right, I'll come and help you, he said. And he pecked the hole real big, and then Teddy Bear and Little Dog could get out. Soon they saw another little friend, a little baby deer. The baby deer was so interesting, they followed him. They followed him until he came to his parents. And then they asked the parents if they could find their way home. You know, we're a little bit lost, said Teddy Bear and Doggy. And the daddy deer said, why didn't you ask the owl? He knows many things. Who are you, you? Where have you been? How do you do? I thought I knew a thing or two, but I don't know the two of you. You're both quite small, not tall at all. You have no wings, so you would fall if you were here with me, so high up on this branch, so near the sky. But what is this I see you cry? It's not because you cannot fly. You're tired and want to find your beds, you fluffy little sleepy heads. You've lost your way, and if I may, there's something I should like to say. Return, return the way you came, and everything shall be the same. So Teddy Bear and Little Dog turned around and tried to find their way home the way they came, just as the owl told them. They saw the moon coming up, so they knew it was very late at night. Then soon they were back at that same pond that they had been in before. At least they thought it was the same pond. You wait here, said Little Dog. I will, said Teddy Bear. I don't want to get all wet again. No, I don't want to get wet at all. It makes me very soggy and sad. Where's Little Dog? Oh, here he comes, back with the log. Oh, good, said Teddy Bear. Jump on, said Little Dog. And Teddy Bear did, and soon they were floating back to the other side of the pond. Teddy Bear and Little Dog jumped off the log just as they saw the moon starting to come down. The little deer came along to watch them go back to their home, where they ran as fast as they could to jump inside the open window. Jump, said Teddy Bear. Jump, said Little Dog. In they went and back upstairs to Dylan and Jake's bedroom. And they jumped one more time into the beds to sleep with their friends the rest of the night as the stars twinkled outside. That's the end of the story of the Little Dog and Teddy Bear in the woods. What will the star, the snowflake, bring us next? What will the next story be? Oh, it's the heavy metal teddy bear. I'm a giant, hungry teddy bear, so big in fact I'm very rare. I spend all day in the great Northwest just doing my very, very best to eat these silly salmon fish. They're such a hopeless, boring dish. They jump into my open jaws. I don't even have to use my paws. It's time for me to take a stroll to find the North Magnetic Pole. I'll gobble it up and begin to feel like a living, breathing bear of steel. I'll turn around and wander south. Heavy metal jumps right into my mouth. Steam shovel, airplane, truck, or car. No iron or steel will get very far. My only problem is bubbling gas. Sometimes I have to stop and let it pass. Steam shovel, truck, or ambulance. I'm doing my heavy metal dance. I'm the heavy metal teddy bear. I eat heavy metal everywhere. My only problem is bubbling gas. Sometimes I have to stop and let it pass. Yes, I'm the heavy metal teddy bear. I'm eating heavy metal everywhere. Yes, boys and girls, this is the story of the heavy metal teddy bear. He went wandering south from the great Northwest down to Canada, eating everything made of metal. He came to a Mercedes, and it went right into his mouth. He went on down further into Canada, and a truck jumped in. Just like that, and along came that ambulance. And even that big ambulance went right into his mouth. What an amazing bear. And just a little red gas bubble went flying up into the air. Then Teddy Bear went further south, down to where they were making a big road. And there he found yet another steam shovel, and yet another steam shovel went right into his mouth. The further south he went, the warmer it got, so the gas bubbles kept coming. Finally, he went so far south that he was in Michigan, and he looked down into the backyard of, yes, little Dylan with his playgroup. They were making a special rocket out of recycled tin cans where they put baking soda in, and then they hoped that the baking soda would bubble up and make the rocket go. "Let's count backwards, just like they do at NASA," said one little boy. "Let's go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Blast off! The baking soda was puffing and huffing and puffing and blasting the rocket right off into the sky as the children watched it go up high, way up past the trees, and who should come along but Heavy Metal Teddy Bear. And even though the rocket was only made of tin cans, they were metallic enough to go right inside Heavy Metal Teddy Bear. But that baking soda, it made him burp, and then, whoops, he vomited everything up. The rocket, the cars, the trucks, the ambulance, more steam shovels and trucks, and the airplane, everything came out. Poor Heavy Metal Teddy Bear, he was sick to his stomach. That baking soda was just the last straw. Oh my goodness, I wonder what happened to all those things I vomited up. He went looking past the house where Dylan lived. And the children wanted to go see too. They had heard a giant crash. There out front were all those vehicles that the Heavy Metal Teddy Bear had eaten. But along came a crane to help clean up this mess. First the crane took a truck, then it reached down and took an ambulance, and then the Mercedes so the lady could drive home, and the giant road scraper so we could get back to work, and then Dr. Scotty Do-Right came along to help the people that were in the airplane. One man had a cut on his face, so Dr. Scotty Do-Right pulled out a Band-Aid and put it right on his face. "You're okay now," he said. Next, along came a lady. He checked her out, and she was okay, too. And then a very nervous gentleman who didn't have any hair on his head. "Oh, you're okay. Don't worry," said Dr. Scotty Do-Right. Off you go. And finally one more lady came out. "The pilot's ready to fly back to the North Pole," she said. "Okay, let's see if you kids are all right. Yeah, you're all right." What's happening? Heavy Metal Teddy Bear's vomiting one more thing. Oh, it's the North Magnetic Pole. Well, it's just in time to get a ride back where it belongs on the airplane. Let's watch it go. First it has to back up. Back it goes. And there it goes, taking off toward the North Pole. "That's a good idea," said Heavy Metal Teddy Bear. "I think I'll go back there too." "Bye-bye, children." "Bye-bye, Heavy Metal Teddy Bear," said Dr. Do-Right. Everyone waved goodbye, and everything went back to where it belongs. That's the end of the Heavy Metal Teddy Bear's story. Here's the Snowflake again to take us to one more story. This is the story of a trip to the auto show. Dylan and Jake had a grandfather. They called him Papa. And one day Papa took them both in his beautiful red Celica to the Michigan Auto Show. Dylan and Jake talked all the way there. "How long is this going to take? Are we there yet? Are we there yet?" "No, we're not there yet. Just wait a little while," said Papa. "I'm driving. Try to be quiet. Here it comes. Michigan Auto Show. Okay, everybody out. Look at that beautiful car they saw." "What is it?" asked Dylan. "That's a solar car," said Papa. "It runs by sun power." "Oh, I want to get down and see it," said Dylan. "Well, all right," said Papa. "I'll let you down." He very carefully put Dylan down, but he held on to Jake because he wasn't sure Jake would behave. But Dylan didn't want to stay near them. He ran right over to the beautiful blue solar car and opened the door to get in. "Oh, this is just what I wanted to do," thought Dylan. Lots of leg room, too. He closed the door, and then he discovered inside there were so many buttons and dials to play with. "Oh, this is as much fun as playing in Papa's car," he said to himself. He pushed every button he could find, tried to turn on the radio, but he couldn't figure out which button was the radio button. This one? No, that just makes the windshield wipers work. That one makes some lights flash. I guess I'm going to have to wait till I'm 16 like everybody else to really learn how to drive. But I sure like pushing all these buttons. Wish they'd let little boys learn how to drive. This car looks like a lot of fun to drive. I wonder what... Oh, I bet Jake and Papa are getting a little worried. Maybe I'm spending too much time in here. But I just want to push a few more buttons. Just this one and this one and this one more time. Oh, I do like doing this. I don't want to leave, thought Dylan. Maybe if... Oh, okay. Time to get out. I know, I shouldn't have done that, but it was so much fun in there. "Well," said Papa, "I think I'm going to have to pick you up to take you to the next display." So on they went to the next display. It was a Lincoln display. "What handsome cars these Lincolns are," thought Papa. Dylan and Jake were not too impressed, but then a man came out who told them all about the Lincoln Town Car and how much room there was. "You could fit the whole family in there," he said. "You have a nanny too, don't you?" "Yes, we do," said Dylan and Jake. "She would like this car." Papa thought about it. I don't know. Can I afford a Lincoln? Then they went on to see the Buick Riviera. It was not quite as expensive as the Lincoln. And Nanny Lynn said she liked Buicks. Let me look at this one. Papa went over and touched it. I wonder if it comes in green, he thought. Nanny Lynn really likes green. You boys like that Buick Riviera? Well, not that much. We want to see the next car. What's the next one, Papa? The next one was a Mustang. Dylan liked the Mustang. It made him jump up and down. The man there told them all about the history of the Mustang, Ford's very sporty car. Dylan just liked the picture of the little horse. Get me one of these, Papa, as soon as I'm 16, he said. Well, Papa said, first you'll have to go out and earn money for one. I'm not going to give you one. Oh, said Dylan. Then they came to a very interesting vehicle. What is this? It's a pneumatic turtle machine. Turtle machine? Yeah, that's a futuristic kind of vehicle. It bounces up and down on a cushion of air. Oh, boy, Jake really liked this one. He wiggled and squiggled and wanted to get down. It was his turn to get into something. He ran over and the door opened and he climbed inside. Up popped the door again, and Jake discovered over on one side there were lots and lots of buttons for him to play with. So first he pushed one, then another, and then another. He saw Papa and Dylan outside the windows looking in. He knew they wanted him to get out, but he wanted to have his time pushing buttons too. Pushing buttons is fun to do. And this is a very mysterious vehicle. I don't feel like I'm bouncing up and down at all. Inside, there must be some special springs. Then it was time for him to get out. So he climbed down, and along came Papa and Dylan to pick him up and take him to the next exhibit. I like that pneumatic turtle car, said Jake. You do, said Dylan. Well, I like the regular cars better. Let's go on and see another regular car. Okay, said Papa. What will we see next? Well, next was the Lexus, a very new modern car, and it came in beautiful metallic colors. Oh, Jake liked this one too. This is so shiny. I even want to pet the wheels. Yeah, I like this Lexus. I think I like it even more than the turtle car. But I'll be a good boy and I won't climb inside. After the Lexus, they went to the next display, and a very busy lady was telling them all about Cadillacs. This Cadillac has the North Star system. It'll get you there very safely. It's a very solid car. Papa looked at that and he thought, Nanny would like that green one, I'm sure. But it's almost as expensive as the Lincoln. I think I have to think of something less expensive. They went on and saw another car called a Probe, another Ford car. And there was Dylan in it. What are you doing in there, Dylan? Thought Papa. The man came along and said, Hey, wait a minute. That kid's not supposed to be in there. Oh, he's just going along for the ride, said Papa. You wait, he'll come out all by himself when I walk away. Well, he better, said the man. So Dylan, when he saw Papa and Jake moving along, he did climb out all by himself and went along to follow them. The next car was a Thunderbird. Oh, I've always liked Thunderbirds, thought Dylan. He jumped right on top and he was running all over the car. Papa said, Oh no, now what kind of trouble are you getting into? But Dylan was having such a good time, jumping on the roof and on the hood. Thunderbirds were one of his very favorite kind of toy cars, and he wanted a real one someday when he grew up. But Papa was interested in those Toyotas, just like his Celica. They went to a display where there were different kinds of Toyotas. This is a Supra, said the man who was selling them. Oh, this is fun too, thought Dylan. He jumped right on top of the Supra also. Jake tried to get over and pull him off. He did. And Papa thought long and hard about replacing his Celica with a Supra. If only it came in green. Next they went to another display. This was for a rescue ambulance vehicle. Look at those lights turning. Gee, can we get in there? Said Dylan. I don't know, said Papa. Let's go around to the back where there's a big door. Ah, there it is opening. Well, that looks like an invitation. Let's all three of us go in so you don't get in too much trouble this time. So they all went in. Papa jumped up onto the stretcher inside and sat down to rest. Jake reached up and found a stethoscope to see if Papa's heart was still beating. And Dylan reached down to find a spray can of instant dry plaster. He sprayed it all over Papa until poor Papa was stiff as a brick. Now what shall we do? Thought Jake. Well, let's push him off and maybe he'll fall down and the plaster will crack. Whoop, there he goes. Crack. Papa was finally free of the plaster. So out they went, and Papa said, now it's time to go home. I think you boys have had enough of the auto show today. So off they went toward home, and the boys talked all the way. Are we there yet? Are we there yet? We're hungry. Are we there yet? Well, I'm slowing down, said Papa. I think I was going too fast, but we'll be there soon. I know your mom is cooking something nice for your dinner. Aren't we there yet? Said Jake. Almost, said Papa. One more minute. Here we are. There's Mama cooking dinner. Were they good boys today? She asked her dad. Oh, yeah, they were pretty good. I mean, they were boys after all. An auto show is very exciting for little boys. That's the end of the auto show story. The star will bring us the last story. It's Nanny Lynn's alphabet movie. A, alligator ate an ant. B, baby blows bubbles. Big bubbles, too. B-b-b-b-b. C, cats can come close. C. C with an H. Children chew chicken chunks. Ch. C with an I after it, or an E, is circles. D, Dylan draws dogs. Doggy. E, enormous elephant ears. F, frogs flip flop. G, geese gobble grapes. G. G with an I or E after it. Giant, genuine gems. H is helicopter, Hober's Hi, ha 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 ha. Ice is interesting. Jessie jumps Jello. K, kids kiss kittens. Kiss, kiss, kiss. L, lady licks lollipop. M, mommy makes meals. Nanny nibbles noodles. N. O for oranges, orbiting Olivia. O. P, Papa prepares pancakes. Q, queens quickly queue. R, rooster rides rabbit. R. S, Sandro salutes sun. T, two turtles turn. U, uncle uses umbrella 'cause it's raining. V, Vireo views vegetables. W, whales, white ones wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. X, Xeroxing xylophone x-rays. Y, yellow yaks yawn, yawn. And Z, zebras, zooming ones zigzag, 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 zigzag. The end, boys and girls. Bye-bye from Nanny Lynn.